Alright guys, welcome to Snakehill. Today I'm joined by Dan, John and Alex from the DDEs. How you guys doing?
Good, thanks, yeah.
Yeah, so how did you all meet and form the band?
Me and John started the band about 2 years ago, was it?
Yep.
And then just literally off a Facebook page, had a load of songs and stuff, and the original drummer started with him, Jack. I knew him when we used to work together. Met up with John, and then that was it really. We moved pretty fast, and then Jack had to leave just because he had, a kid on the way and stuff, and job commitments and stuff, and it was just a bit too much. So,
fair enough.
And then Al joined us. How long ago?
Was it start of the year?
Yeah,
Start of the year, about
just over
first gig in
just over 6 months.
Yeah.
And then that's it really.
Yeah. Good stuff. So how did the name come about? DDE? It's quite a strange name. Who put that to the group forward?
Me. So it was. It's a lyric from "I Am the Walrus."
Oh wow, yeah.
Where it says "dripping from a dead dog's eye."
That's pretty.
So DDE's dead dog's eyes. It's pretty dark when you say it.
That's pretty inspiring.
The other rumour is that it's the only two chords that Dan knows on the guitar.
DDE. Fantastic.
In that order as well.
Yeah, so we're here today to talk about your debut 4-track EP, that Calm Before the Storm, that you released July 1st this year. How does it feel for you guys to get that EP out for everyone to listen to, enjoy?
It's great. I mean, we were on the track of just releasing singles. So before this, released 6 singles, did we?
Yeah.
Beforehand, and then we was toying around with the idea of an album. But then I just think once an album's out and done, it's sort of like a stop. Where I thought, right, let's just release an EP every quarter, so every 3-4 months. But then we had all these songs done, produced, and it was good just to get them all out, and it's good. We had good feedback from it.
Yeah, the other thing is the 4-track EP. When we put together the songs, they almost sort of fit in a little family of tracks.
Right, yeah.
Previously, we'd just done the singles, and they were obviously in isolation, and sort of one after the other, and like an album obviously takes quite a while to put together, but so what we're looking to do is just put together the 4-track EPs and then do one after the other, so these 4 tracks fit together pretty well and fit the title.
Calm Before the Storm, yeah. So where was the EP recorded, and what the sort of process did you go to from recording it, sort of thing?
So we just record stuff we got studio sessions, recorded all our stuff, and then we just fire it out to our producer, who actually
do the magic.
It does all the magic. He does everything. So he plays on near enough every track. He does slide guitar on hold.
Oh, fantastic!
And yeah, we fire it to him, and he actually lives in Tel Aviv.
That's
so
right,
we just fire it all to him,
Very
and
far away.
Yeah, he just does his thing with it. So it's pretty much that. He knows the vision of how we want the songs, and we've used him since day one, and. So that's it. So it's pretty easy for us, really.
Fantastic. How long did it take to record then? Do you know?
Just on and off, wasn't it? Just not really. I mean, Cherry Soul we did literally in an evening, didn't we? In an evening, which was about 4 hours, I think. That was done. Sent.
Was that the week I joined the band as well?
That was the week you joined,
so, I was only just in the band.
You were just in the band then,
and then I just went straight in for the gig 2 days after I joined, and then. Rocking the studio.
Your first ever gig as well, wasn't it?
First ever gig, a couple of days after I joined.
It's like, obviously now this is a 4-track EP, and you've got previous music on Spotify, other singles and that.
Yeah.
How hard or how easy was it to choose a track listing for this EP? Do you know what you wanted on that, or or did you? That's pretty straightforward then.
So we've got the next. We've got it's going to be It's going to be 3 altogether. So it's this one, "Calm Before the Storm." Then there's going to be a second one and a third one. So the title, basically it was because of how the tracks felt and how they sort of laid out on the EP.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got the calming of It's Going to Get Wild. It then goes into the middle of like the storm, say, of Cherry Soul, into Lucid, and back out the other end of Old. So.
Fantastic. So after the next 2 EPs that you keep talking about will be like continuing some sort of story then?
Yeah, so the next one's going to be called Here Comes the Sun. So after the storm, obviously you've got that, which is going to be more of some of the poppier sort of songs that we've wrote, and then the last one is going to be the heavier songs. So since Al's John, we've come to it took much of a heavier turn in it, songs.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the last one, which is like the proper balls to the wall, sort of the heavier sound of us.
So you've got something to look forward to then for the fans. I just want to talk about the cover of the EP, because I think it's quite a fantastic bit of artwork. Who designed that, and how did that come about with, like say, the tornado?
I nicked it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. John was talking with an artist, weren't you?
Yeah.
Originally about getting it done, but I just literally we just found a few images, nicked them, mashed them together, whacked a B at the bottom of it.
I can say that you got the old Manchester B. I thought that's a class touch as well. Obviously, being from Manchester lad, you got to put that in there. I thought it's great.
Mm-hmm.
As a band, do you feel like it's important to have good album artwork on your releases?
100%.
Eye-catching,
to marketing for you as well. I always think, I think of all our singles, they've all had a theme. So the first 3 singles, Back Talking Tel Aviv, Shoot You Down, and C'est La Vie, all had the same sort of theme. Then the next 3, Forever, What Are the Rules, they all had theirs, and then this one. But 100%, I mean, if you're firing across, like when we sent it to you and stuff, and the amount of people that we sort of fire it across to, the first thing, if you see the cover, and it looks...
That's what I thought, I thought. As soon as I saw it, I thought... that looked good. It even sounded good. I didn't even hear it yet, but I thought straight away that's been fucking good. I thought it was. So I think we should just go through each track and just talk a little bit about each track. If that's right, you guys. So the first song is it's called "It's Going to Get Wild," which he said is the Before the Storm. It's going to become. I think it's a perfect way to kick off the EP. Really, it's like a nice, slow, sort of like I say. Sort of nice building sort of a song. What's your views on recording that song, writing that song?
Yeah, I mean, memories of recording it were... I mean, we'd not actually properly finished writing it, had we? And even like the keys were a bit of an afterthought, because the studio where we recorded it, it just had a piano in there, so laid down the bass line and did the vocals, and then really it's a bit of an afterthought, put the keys in there, and it just seemed to fit perfectly, didn't it?
I didn't know you could play the piano. He's this out and started playing. So, but it's a good juxtaposition for the title and the intro, because the title you think is going to be some out and out rock and roll tune, and then you've got that just the distortion, the feedback at the beginning, and then it just comes into that calming of the. So that's
Well, this song was actually written when you were working in Mallorca, I believe.
So that was about you get people coming over and they're thinking they know what the place is and everywhere they don't really, and it's have some balls to sort of even work out there and keep it going, but that's really just what it's about.
Fantastic. So the second song is Cherry Soul, and I say this is like a blistering sort of punk rock sort of itch in the face sort of tune. I think it's my personal favourite on the album. Again, was that? Did it come out better than you wanted it to? Like when you writing?
Yeah, Cherry Soul was one that we, from the beginning, in fact it was one of the first tracks we played as a band, wasn't it? And none of us really thought of it as a real... It wasn't like one of the top 5 tracks. If we were playing a set, it wouldn't be one of the top 5 ones.
No, it started off a bit, didn't it? And it's just sort of progressed. Yeah. More and more into what it is now.
Yeah, to the point, I think it's when we actually had the conversation about even dropping it from the set, and then we played it in rehearsal, and we're like, oh, fucking hell, no, we can't. And then suddenly it went from being, no, we can't drop it, to actually this is a really good track. And it went all, and then I think we just did put a bit more harmony in it, and Al's drumming, I mean, it properly
pounding on that,
brings it to life, and and now it's just a favourite. So it's gone all the way from being there down to here to right up at the top.
There we go. That's how they go sometimes. So this song is actually about doing ease.
That's it. There's nothing more to it. Simple as that. That's it. Yeah. I got this fuzzy feeling all down my spine. That's what it says. That's it.
There we go. The third track is it's called Lucy, which is the Eye of the Storm. It starts off with a funky bass before going to catchy pop punk track. Which pretty much hooked me. Again, just who's Lucy and what memories do you have of writing? And
literally, it's about nothing.
It's the devil.
Because we were singing in rehearsal, weren't we? And I was singing, just making it. I said, I've got this song, just had no lyrics for it. And you thought I was saying, "Oh my Lucy," and I thought I was singing, "Oh come save me" or something. Are you singing "Oh my Lucy"? And I was like, "No, but I am now."
Yeah.
It's come like that.
And
that was it.
And also, it's just a bit flat. And the intro came from. I mean, we recorded it because memories like 3-second memory. So sometimes Dan will be like, "Oh, do you remember that track we played last week?" It's like, "No, not at all." So what we tend to do is like video.
Yeah,
we know we're on a bit of a roll. Video it.
Something, yeah.
And we were watching about the video that night, and there was a bit where I was trying to actually work out a bit of a bass line, and then played the bass line through a couple of times. Then drums came in, and then Dan was messing around a bit on the guitar, and that's pretty much now how the intro is. So that's pretty much, as you hear it now, is pretty much what you saw in the video. It was just like trying to mess around and learn the bass, figure out a bass line, drums coming in, and then just built up, and then just hits it hard. Yeah, and that's what we quite like in our gigs, is like bringing it right down and then back up again.
Exploding.
From between tracks, and it works well.
Yeah, so like I said, you're on about process of songwriting now. When you come to write a song, is it always the same process, or is it sometimes completely different and completely varied? What do you prefer? Like, does lyrics come first mostly, or the music come first, or just whatever?
Just noodling about and messing around.
Just try and error sort of thing.
And I'll just record them all on my phone. So if I've got an idea, I'll record it, and then I'll go away for like an hour, plug it in, think, right, it's an electric, need electric on that, mess around, and then take it to these and say, I've got this song, and then we just make it from there. And then, but since Al's joined though, it's been completely different, where we've just been jamming in the rehearsal room, and something's come out. So we've got a new intro called Battle Scars, which leads into Cherry Soul Live, and that just came from messing around.
We did have another one as well, but I can't remember what it was now. It's been so long.
Yeah.
We did have another song that we just started jamming.
Yeah, it's probably long gone now. Unless we videoed it.
It might have been recorded somewhere.
That's changed as well now. So, but usually, I'll have these songs done, and then I'll get to these guys. And
fantastic. What sort of bands inspire you when you write songs? I think you've got a slightly different taste in varied music, all three of you. So, what would say inspire you?
I'm pretty varied. It's from. So when I was younger, I was into. Well, still am. I was into the heaviest stuff. So like Deftones, Pantera.
Oh yeah.
And then got obviously Nirvana, and then when I started writing songs, got into obviously Oasis, Beatles. Just to how to write songs, Stereophonics, but then. Sort of Stevie Wonder, across the board really. And then obviously these guys have got theirs.
I'm quite different, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm metal me. So Sabbath, growing up, 5 years old, dancing around my bedroom to Crazy Train. These days I'm into like Gajir and stuff like that. I don't know if anyone listening to this will even know who these bands are.
They're all now.
Check them out. Check them out. Yeah, Gajira.
Yeah. What about you then, John?
Similar to Dan, really. I mean, definitely sort of most influential period with bands of the 90s, and I'm from down south, but the Manchester bands are always the big ones for me, and your obvious Oasis and Stone Roses and
all that,
but probably in the last 5-10 years musically I've been quite influenced by like Kings of Leon, the rawness of their sound as well.
Good stuff.
So the whole mix.
Good stuff then, completely varied, that's what we like to see. So last track of the EP is actually called Old. This one is more like a chilled out, mellow, It's actually the most personal song on the on EP. What's that song about, if you wouldn't mind, if just tell us a bit about it?
It was when my kids moved away for 18 months for a bit. They moved up north, up to the northeast, and it was just about that really, just about feeling a bit lost inside and things going away, and then actually realising that I'm now 36, I'm fucking old. My knees started to hurt and my arms, I'm like, what's going on here?
Moaning.
So I was just like, for fuck's sake, nothing's going right. But then obviously that came from it. So, and that was recorded the same session that we did It's Gonna Get Wild, wasn't it?
Yeah.
John again plays keys on it, backing vocals, etc. But our producer plays slide guitar on that.
Wow.
He added all that. He came up with that idea. He was like, look, that'd sound really cool on the middle eight bit of it. So yeah, it is the most personal one. But again, that's been getting probably that and Cherry Soul the most feedback we've been getting. It's great. A lot of people really into it and that. Which is surprising. Yeah.
The good thing about that is that they're the second and the fourth track on the EP. So it sort of shows that people are taking the time to listen.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's it's nice to nice to know
feedback.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, that's at the end of the EP. Once you finish recording the EP, obviously How do you know it was done? Obviously, because as a band and musicians, you might be thinking, what if I do this and fiddle around with it and, just thinking, what if? When do you know when it's done and you think, right, let's draw a line now and stop messing around with it?
When Liad sends it us back.
Yeah, when Liad sends it back to us and he's like, right, this is what it's going to sound like. I'm like, but no, he usually gets it spot on. Yeah. And there's usually a few tweaks that we have to do, but you couldn't mess around with them all day.
Exactly,
so I think it's just, I think when It's Gonna Get Wild came back, we were just like instantly like,
you've got to trust the producer, really.
Yeah,
you just got to go with them because you hire them, they know what they're doing. You just got to go with what they.
It's the job, isn't it? Really. If they don't, then
So that's it. Like I say, just pretty much good at putting a line under them, saying they're done when they're done.
So I think it's a great EP. I thoroughly enjoyed every song. It's absolutely great. So you guys must be proud of it.
Yeah.
Where can people go listen to it? Where can people go and buy it?
We're going to get some CDs made as well as some vinyls, but it's on Spotify, Apple Music,
Amazon.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. All the usual.
So all the usual suspects, it's on there.
Fantastic. I just want to talk a bit about your gigs. You've played a few gigs. What's been your best gig or your most memorable moment while playing live?
Castle Manc was pretty good, I thought. But I mean, you guys have had way more experiences. But with me in the band, Castle Manchester was really.
Oh wow, that's good. Good venue that is.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to be honest.
K-Fest was good.
K-Fest was amazing, yeah.
We supported like Lightning Seeds.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a great experience, that. And but for me, some of the best moments have been on the stage.
Yeah.
A lot of the time it's just black out there. So you could be playing to 1 or 1,000 people.
Fantastic.
But for me, like, venues like Night and Day in Manchester.
Right, yeah.
The proper music venues in Manchester, like, you can't underestimate how good they are and how good as an artist to play there. But the sound on stage at Night and Day, when you're playing and you're properly in the zone and just having a good time, really, just having a great time, and that's ultimately what we do it for, isn't it? It's it's nice seeing people's reactions, but it's also nice to be playing the stuff that you've written and songs you enjoy, really. And so Night and Day Manchester for me. We played there quite a few times now.
I'd have to say Night and Day as well.
So what would be the ambition, or say the dream venue that you guys would look up to in the future? Say one day I'd like to play there. What would that venue be for you guys?
O2 Apollo. Just the biggest.
Exactly,
Manchester one.
The Apollo would be quite cool to play. I think. I mean, we've done pretty much what we set out to. We did like a list of where we wanted to play and stuff, and we've pretty much done most of the ones we wanted to.
Good stuff.
Except for obviously the massive ones, which
next stop arena then.
Next stop, yeah.
No, I think the next step for us is probably support some big bands and
get out there.
I mean, this year we've set to support Cast and a few others, and that's when we set off doing this, we did it to have a laugh, really, and do what we can. But that for me is that's way above where I thought we'd be, and that. But I think that's probably the next thing. Support some big bands.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for putting on. I really enjoyed it. They've been the DDEs. I've been Jordan. Keep it snake cool, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.